There are moments when the universe seems to stop, not because it wants to, but because we just saw something that shouldn't exist. Out of hundreds of billions of stars, something has appeared. It doesn't shine. It doesn't reflect. A pitch-black sphere, perfectly round, suspended in the chaos of space, completely still. Astronomers are baffled. No X-rays, no cosmic background, no heat, and yet, the instruments are certain. It's real, and it's not natural. They're calling it Teleios, the perfect one. Not a star, not a planet, not a remnant of anything. There's no reason nature should produce a sphere this flawless. It doesn't spin. It doesn't wobble. It's unaffected by gravity, almost like it's watching. So what if it isn't random? What if it was built by something else? Then the real question isn't what it is, it's who sent it, and why. The answer could shatter everything we thought we knew about our place in the universe. And if you want us to explore more mysteries, whether from space or beyond it, drop a comment below, because the universe isn't the only place hiding the impossible. In space, nothing is perfect. Planets are warped, moons are cracked, even light itself bends under gravity. So why is there a sphere that's absolutely flawless? It doesn't glow, it doesn't emit heat. No magnetic field, no movement, just floating in the void, like an open eye. It was first spotted through a warped background signal. At first, scientists thought it was a glitch, but then another scope saw it, and another, each one showing the same thing. A sphere, so precise that even under million-times zoom it stays perfectly round. No craters, no spin, no polarization, nothing. It doesn't follow any natural law we know. And that's what makes people uneasy. Maybe it didn't come from here. Maybe it never left. Maybe we just woke something up. And if we did, are we truly ready to know what it is? After the sphere was discovered, observation stations around the world quietly went into silent alert. The data was encrypted. The science team immediately isolated. Only a select few, part of an interagency internal task force, were granted access. The first thing they realized was this: the sphere wasn't moving. It didn't rotate. It didn't wobble. It wasn't affected by nearby gravitational forces. It simply stood still, as if it didn't exist within our space-time. And yet, background signals around it were distorted, as though space itself was bending in its presence. They attempted infrared spectroscopy to identify its material composition. The result? No reflective frequency matched any known element. It wasn't metal, it wasn't gas, not rock, not plasma, not even dark matter. A theory emerged. It could be a Dyson sphere, but not a finished one, a seed, inactive, a structure placed there waiting to be awakened. But then things got even stranger. When comparing telemetry data from 3 stations on different continents, they noticed something bizarre. Each received the sphere's image with an exact delay of 3.6 seconds. It wasn't a transmission lag, it was a response. The data had been altered, on its way back, as if something, some intelligence, stood between us and the sphere, managing what we were allowed to see. And more than that, the sphere's color shifted slightly with each observation. Cool tones when the operator was calm, reddish hues when anxious, pitch black when someone was afraid. Then one physicist whispered, "It's not a device, it's a life form. But it doesn't live the way we understand life." With those words, the investigation entered an entirely different realm. Every attempt to interact with the sphere came back altered, not rejected, but changed. Radar sent 5 Hertz. It returned 7. Laser beams bent back toward the observer. One mathematician whispered, "It's not learning from us, it's learning how we see it." Then it moved, not drifted, jumped, from one point in space to another, instantly. And a darker theory emerged. The sphere isn't watching space, it's watching us. Fractal patterns appeared under UV light. Some researchers claimed they'd seen them, in dreams. To test it, they sent a signal, a simple pulsing question, then waited. The sphere replied, not with data, but with one pulse. Every system rebooted. And on screen, one message appeared. We see. Some say it's not a machine, not even a thing. It's a question, a mirror, a test. Not asking, what do you see? But, what are you? Just imagine, just for a moment, that the sphere out there isn't something we discovered for the first time, but rather, it allowed us to see it. For the first time. Maybe it's been out there for millions of years, or maybe it only appeared when humanity reached the edge of its own understanding. And now, it's listening, watching, recording how we respond. So if you were it, a consciousness beyond time and space, would you respond to a species still trapped between belief and fear? Or would you mimic them? Some radical theories suggest the sphere didn't come to communicate. It came to study us, to learn our language, our thinking, our social structures, and our emotional weaknesses, just like AI learns from data. But the difference is, we are the data. And if the sphere replicates humanity, it could become a more perfect version of us. No war, no greed, but also no emotion. A giant mirror floating in space, not to reflect what we look like, but to reflect what we truly are. So the final question is, are we ready to face ourselves? If the universe finally answers back? If you're feeling a chill, that's okay. It means you still have feelings and questions. And sometimes in this universe, the question is more powerful than the answer. Leave a comment if you believe this sphere isn't natural, or if there's another theory you want us to explore, tell us. Because what we don't know might be watching us right now.